Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy the Fice back at it with another video. But if this is your first time here, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. Come follow us on Twitch, that's where we stream live. We stream live on YouTube as well. Come join us on Discord. It's the best community ever, guys. You guys will not regret it. Also, if you wanted to financially support this channel because we don't have YouTube monetization, definitely be sure to check out the description below. It has a Patreon link, but it also has an Etsy link. We do have merchandise. We have some really cool stuff, and you guys would get something back out of it. So it's the best way that I would want you guys to kind of actually show support, where you guys get something cool out of it, but then you also support the channel. But yo guys, let's get into this content because that's what we're about. We're about to do some oh no, like Conan the Barbarian, baby. This is another story. We're not doing no this ain't no summoning video. You know what you came for when you saw that title. We're gonna be talking about, that's correct, we're gonna be talking about Miscreated monster, guys. That's right. We talking about the guy with the bolts on his neck, no symmetry on the abs. He is not competing for Mr. Universe. He is competing in the World Raid Arena tournament. Just to kind of give a preface on this is going to be more of an arena guide, a description of Miscreated monster, not a like Spider boss. If you wanted to see how he performed in Spider, even with arena PvP spec, guys, definitely be sure to check out my Baroness video, Infernal Baroness. I put that one up recently. Be sure to check out also my Bellinor video. He's in both of those when it comes to the Spider runs. I don't want to do the same Spider runs on that. I can in this video, but then it would kind of defeat the purpose. But yeah, definitely be sure to check those videos out. It'll give a lot of insight of how he performs there. I want to show some other cool things in regards to Miscreated monster, but essentially the gist is he's really overpowered in Spider because he hits multiple targets, and the amount of damage he does based on his kit, if we look at his lightning storm, is 25% of the damage inflicted. He creates a shield for everyone, the allies, including himself. But before we start getting into his skills and kits and stuff like that, I do want to talk about the artifacts that I went for him, guys, and it's a very different build from what normal people would usually do, and it works for me, and I'm gonna explain this, and then you're gonna actually see this in action. So right off the bat, I'm gonna shift my camera to the center here so you guys can see what type of sets I'm rocking. I'm gonna keep it like this for a little bit because actually I'm gonna do something different. It seems like working on the bottom left, people really don't have anything that they want to see there, so I'm gonna shift my camera there. I'm gonna probably keep it permanently here when we do these type of guides because I do want you guys to have that transparency of what's going on. But as you can see, the pieces that we're rocking 2-set speed piece, and then we're rocking a 4-piece ally shield 30% HP set. Now this is a very interesting spec that we're doing, guys, and I'm gonna slowly but surely explain to you what the purpose is. If you clearly see how much HP we're rocking around 70,000 HP, guys. This guy is a very strong, heavy HP character. If you look at his stats just on baseline, he's very proficient on health. His defense is not great. His attack is actually higher than his defense, which is interesting. His speed is below average. Usually at like 100, it's really nice. When it's, you know, below that, it's kind of like they're really sluggish. His crit damage is normal. You have other characters that are usually around the 60% mark. His resist is really nice because he's at 45. He has no accuracy, unfortunately, so you really don't get much from him there as baseline stats. And his crit is the normal. But if you kind of see where he really shines, it's HP, because he is an HP character, and all his damage is based on health. So the more health you stack with him, guys, the more damage output you're going to be giving. So that's a really important thing, guys. So here's the thing that I want to explain when I'm talking about building Miscreated monster in an arena stash or a set. Essentially, he gives his own shield. I have characters that are also tanky that are on the team as well, but I want them to be able to sustain and live throughout. In my composition for arena, it's not about speed when I'm doing a tanky team. It's about basically dealing with the first wave, and then after that, you taking the next steps to do the damage output. There's only one character on my team in my meta when it comes to basically getting ahead or getting close to being next to the enemies that are doing stuff, and that is my Scartorsus. Scartorsus is the only character on my team where it is speed heavy. The reason I am putting him speed heavy, just to give you an idea with this meta I'm going to show you later in the video, is because he has the opportunity to basically cleanse the match. So what I mean by cleansing is essentially if their team is so fast and they put a defense down, I want my Scartorsus to be fast enough that he can remove that, so when the other people attack on his team, it's kind of basically a clean slate and we don't take that much damage. So that's the idea of my team. My team is basically Scartorsus is the only one that's going to go fast. Everyone else is going to be subpar speed because we're going to be focusing on damage and survivability with those other people. So now we're going to start going on what we should focus on regarding him, because that is how I built him. I built him in the sense where I want heavy HP. So what I did here is, if you look at the stats, what we're going to care about is we're going to care about HP, we're going to care about defense, we're going to care about getting resist as much as we can, and accuracy, and then after that we basically go for the other things, where we kind of do crit rate as a substat on all the other stats, because we want to use the gloves for something else. We don't want to use crit rate for that. So then we kind of use this as a substat to kind of get a little far enough to do crit, and then we kind of populate the crit damage and all the other good stuff. So let's take a look at what we have for basically the weapon. The weapon, we have HP 9%, really good roll. We have crit rate, which is really good because that's what we're trying to fill up, and we have crit damage and accuracy. This overall is a really good weapon that we've gave him. I'm really happy with how this weapon turned out. It's pretty good. Obviously the only downside for me is that it's a 5 star versus, you know, being a 6 star or whatever. When we have more, I would say, accuracy in the Great Hall, we can start replacing accuracy from being taken over here, because that's the only caveat. I really don't like accuracy being taken away from our main items. I would really like accuracy to be focused on specifically on banner and neck piece, followed by resistance here. But for the time being, because our accuracy honestly is still kind of low, I would like to be really high on accuracy. But if we populated the Great Hall with the remainder, we should get close to being 200. Right now from the Great Hall, we're getting 40. We would have another 40, so it would be like 192. And then maybe if we had like a 6-star banner and a 6-star necklace, we probably could be covered in that sense, and that would be it. But for the time being, based on what our stats are, this isn't bad at all, guys. So HP is awesome, crit rate is awesome, crit damage is awesome. That alone, sick. So now let's go to the next piece. We're gonna go to the helm. The helm, 6-star piece, really good. Crit damage. We got some defense in here, which I can't really complain too much about that, because we do want to be able to, you know, kind of reduce the damage even though we're building a lot of health pool. Then we have crit rate and we have accuracy again here to kind of help us out. So that's pretty awesome there. The next item we're going to go here is the shield. Shield is resistance 20, which is sick. That is pretty awesome, guys. I do like us having a lot of resistance. We don't have a lot of resistance from our Great Hall right now, so this is kind of helping us out in a lot of manners, especially when we're kind of slowing down with our character. We do want to have higher resistance so we have a better chance of doing the next move. And if for whatever reason we're not able to, we'll have Scartorsus to kind of cover us and cleanse us if we need to. Then after that, we have crit rate, really good. We have HP, and then we did get some speed, which speed is never a bad thing. But again, like I said, it's not going to be our primary focus, but we are going to get enough speed to kind of go decent speed. We're going to go fast enough where Scartorsus is going to be really fast. He's going to be really far ahead. Then we have Madame Ceres, which is basically sluggish. And if you watch my Madame Ceres video, you will see, and I explain why I want her to go slower, because I want her to get rid of the buffs after they buff. So we want her to be a little slower. And basically, when she also removes the buffs, she's going to put the attack down, defense down debuff. And then after that, we want our Miscreated monster to go, followed by our Torment. So we want kind of the build meta where we have one character super fast to purge anything that's bad from us. Then we want someone else to basically just debuff them once they get all their stuff set up, and then we're gonna have our DPS basically go after that, which is basically our miscreated monster, and in our case it would be our torment. So enough of that. We're going to talk about the shield. We did that. Now we're going to go to the gloves. Now, because we're doing crit rate as a substat on all these items, guys, we're going to populate this with something heavy, which is important to miscreated monster. You can obviously guess what that is at that point. We're going to be stacking HP to the hilt. So we did 6-star, 60% HP on these gloves. Defense, this roll really sucks, guys. This defense roll is really bad. I really wish we had a better roll for percentage. It would have been really good if it was. So that kind of like puts it at a hindrance, but if there is something that I would tell you guys to go for in this case, it would be a defense percentage roll. This would have been so legit. Then there's crit damage, which is really nice. Then there's resistance, which is really nice. And then there is the crit rate to help us get a little further. So right now we have 66% crit rate. With Scar's Horses as a team up, that with the 30% crit and attack kind of puts him over the hilt. So it's a really good percentage that we kind of are at when it comes to crit rate. So it's legit. Now we're going to go to basically our chest piece in this case. Chest piece, same idea, guys. I did wish that we had a 6-star, but we do not. We have a 50% HP percentage as the main stat, which is really nice. The attack roll is garbage, but the speed is nice. The crit rate is nice, and so is the resistance. Like I said, over here, if there's something that I would want to roll, you guys already guessed it. Defense percentage would be pretty awesome at this point. I mean, if we had accuracy to kind of help us get a little further, that would be awesome. But at the same time, it's one of those things where once we populate the Great Hall, we'll be close to kind of being over the hilt once we would get a nice neck piece or a banner to kind of give us those extra points we need to hit that 200 mark. Like, that's why I would want a lot of accuracy. Like, the accuracy still is good enough in arena to kind of do some stunning, but it never hurts to have more accuracy to kind of put that in a good position or whatever. So, but that's like, if there's something I would say to go for this, it wouldn't be accuracy. Accuracy, you would just care about neck and banner. Let's change this attack to defense percentage, and then this would be really nice. Now let's go to the boots. It's the only best boots I have right now, unfortunately, but it's a 4-star, but it's defense now, guys. We're going defense 40% because we want this HP, even though we gave a lot of HP, guys, we want it now to be able to sustain damage. We don't want to just have a big health pool that we don't have, you know, those defensive points to really reduce the damage. So we went defense this time on it. We went HP 3%, crit rate 14%. Really awesome roll here, but we'll take what we can get here. And then we did have a speed 3, and then obviously with those green numbers, we do see those percentage, the percentage increase for the glyphs. Let's take a look at the rings real quick. Ring, we did HP. Obviously it's an HP character. That's what we're gonna go for, guys. Then it's defense 11%, absolutely amazing. HP 6%. Attack is whatever at this point. What's something else that we can roll besides the attack? If we go to, sorry, not that, we would have to hit upgrade. Let's go here. Let's take a quick look at what we could have done instead for the ring. We did HP already. We did HP percentage. It would have been another defensive roll. So it would have been defense percentage and then defense flat. Defense flat would have been the other thing that would have helped him at this point. But I mean, it's fine. It gets the job done. I do like this ring at the end of the day. It's not bad. So now let's look at the neck piece, guys. What we're going to go for here is obviously crit damage, because this is someone that we want to do damage with. He basically does a lot of damage based on how much health he has, and it does help. So if we go here, the thing is, it would have been nice if this would have had accuracy and resistance. It only has resistance, but it's the best thing we have right now that has crit damage. So whenever you're going for a neck piece and you're going for something from Miscreated Monster, keep in mind that you're going to want resistance and accuracy here, followed by HP and defense. This attack really doesn't do any benefit. So if we would have just had accuracy here, this would have been really legit. But that's what you would want to go for, guys, just as a heads up to let you know what's going on. That would have basically, once we put the 40 points, we probably would have got like 10 points on accuracy or something like that. And that would have put us at the 200 mark and we would have been coasting. So something to keep in mind there, definitely for sure. Now, if we go here to the banner, we went accuracy, obviously, because we do want those stuns to happen with his lightning attack and also for his stuns with his A1 and defense down. So then we did attack, which is, it was whatever at this point. HP percentage, good. Speed, good. If we kind of did a better assessment on this of what you would probably go for, if you had the capability of it, let's take a look. So we had attack and attack. I would want to replace those two. If we go, what will we be able to replace for? We would be doing defense percentage, which would have been awesome. I think we already had HP percentage, so it would have probably been the defensive flat stat. Yeah, that probably would have been the next thing that we probably would have gone if we were trying to go specifically for him. But yeah, a defensive percentage would have, actually defensive percentage would have been the thing that we would have wanted to go for. If we had a defensive percentage, this could be interchangeable with other characters as well. Just because like the fact that it's this flat stat, it kind of makes it a little crappy and he doesn't really get any benefit from it. So let's talk about, since we already finally talked about the artifacts, guys, I hope you guys got some knowledge about it. Basically, the main things you're going to care about: HP, resist, accuracy, defense, and then you're going to populate all these other stuff right after. You're going to want the crit rate to be pretty decent though, so make sure you get that as a substat if you're going to be doing the same thing as me, which is you're going to try to populate those gloves with the HP 60%. It really helps with us to go to that 70k mark, especially followed by these defensive boots and then the HP chest. Like, this really makes him like a tanky-ish character, which I really do love, because he kind of isn't tanky with his stats being baseline at 815. We kind of need to get that up there to help him. So now that we have that going, let's go to what the skill sets are for him. So the first one is meaty fists, which basically he gets to attack and each hit is 15% chance, but then you can book into it to increase it, where he has a chance to stun, but then also after the stun he has a chance to put the decreased defense on the character if the stun actually takes place. This is a really awesome move, guys, especially when it comes to inflating the damage. It really helps a lot. His damage, obviously, like we discussed, is based on HP. Same thing with his lightning storm, it's based off HP. So now if we look at that, he attacks all allies and then has a chance to stun them by 50%. It's a really good item, guys, and it basically, he buffs them he gets a buff as well as his teammates in regards to placing a shield on him, and it's for 3 turns. This works amazing on Spider, guys. It also really helps in arena as well, and just clearing trash like throughout the levels. Now, the one thing I did want to mention about this artifact set, guys, is, believe it or not, lightning storm and this stack, they're 2 separate buffs. So if you have this with lightning storm, it is tallied on together. So it's a really nice item to have, guys, when especially when the team doesn't have like a debuffer to remove that stuff, or a stripper or someone that steals the buffs. Like, it's really good to have this, and this basically covers us until Miscreated monster goes, which is really awesome. So we talked about lightning storm, then we talked about it's alive. Now this is basically a 50% heal to himself, but he puts an ally protection on all the allies, and if they get hit, basically spooky groan will get triggered over here, but we'll get to that in a second. But basically he does a heal to himself, which is so much, and then he puts a continuous hot on himself, heal over time, 15% for 3 turns. Really good move overall when it comes to sustaining and keeping him safe. Now, spooky groan is what ties It's Alive really well. It places a fear debuff when basically your teammates get attacked if they have ally protect. So if an enemy hits your teammate, they're gonna get feared. So legit, really legit. And his aura for arena, we're gonna be using this, guys. This is the main focus on why the team is gonna be stacked to the hilt, is because it increases ally HP in the arena by 33%, guys. 33% of 70k, so amazing. It really helps him just increase overall damage output. I really do love it, guys. So now that we discussed artifacts, we discussed the skills, let's talk about the masteries really quick, guys. We're gonna go into this. This is PvP spec. If this was PvE, aka for like for, you know, spider or any other character or dragon, you're gonna want to go into something like War Master to help contribute to that damage output. And it's like I say in all my videos, is even if they're like a support character, you're gonna want to go into offense, because even when they hit the boss for a little bit, that War Master proc helps contribute so much with the damage to down things. So it's really important that when you're doing a support character, definitely do either offense defense or offense support, especially when you're trying to get that output to down something before your entire team dies. In our case, we do have characters that down the boss even without their help of putting that damage output of War Master, so I can run them with the arena spec and it works perfectly fine. We went far enough to increase the chance of stun by 5%, which is really nice for basically like when he's doing the lightning, his A2 or his A1. So that's a really good thing to have, guys. You go down into fearsome presence. Then over here, we basically have the capability of having like a 30% chance to extend the fear duration. So basically when they get that fear, there's a good chance that it can increase the buff by a turn or so. So it's really good to have that. And then has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff cast by this champion by 1 turn. So it's he basically increases the chance of having a buff longer or a debuff. So this is kind of the spec that you want to, and you go down for the accuracy to kind of help out a little bit with that. So that's essentially the spec that we kind of went for, guys, for the most part. I'm just checking the camera just to make sure. I'm like, yep, that's right, offensive tree. We're not really talking about it too much. This is what we're going to be focusing on for the most part. Now that we discussed all these things, guys, the next thing I would want to show you, should I show you like a quick run of something else? Let me show you a quick run. I don't want to show you a spider run because we've done a spider run with Baroness and we've done a spider run with Bellinor. Let's switch it up a little bit, guys. Let's switch it up a little bit. Why don't we do Ice Golem? I think I run Ice Golem with him. Yes, I do run Ice Golem with him. So let's mess around with it a little bit just so you can see what's going on. I have him over here. I have Scartorsis to help with the speed on dungeons. Madame Ceres putting that defense down, attack down. I have 3 of the 4 people here of my arena team right now on this Golem run. So we're going to check this out so you guys can see something different. I can show you something else which is very interesting with Miscreated Monster, guys, especially when it comes to a guide. Miscreated Monster is an amazing character to go through the Nightmare campaign with. I've ran with Miscreated Monster probably 90% of the runs, so I'll probably do a Nightmare run so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If you do have Miscreated Monster, guys, this character will help you basically 3-star like all your runs in Nightmare. So I'll kind of do one so you guys can see what's up, and then we'll go from there. So I just wanted to show you something different. I don't think we've really done any Ice Golem runs in our guides, so that's why I think it's really cool to do something like this. I think I've done other runs with other characters as well here, but the reflect damage that they do here can be pretty brutal as well if they do get the chance to do that, especially if you're doing it with AoE characters here. It could get crazy. But Miscreated Monster's shield from time to time basically helps people not get killed because of that. There's that reflect damage. The shield helps a lot. And then we just get to reapply it. So based on the damage output and the defense down, it really helps him hit for like 20 to 30k. I've seen Miscreated Monster hit for a ton just based on that alone. And I do love like the combination with Madame Ceres, her fear. There's a lot of AoE heavy stuff going on, especially with this composition. So this is gonna take a while. Because this is a very support heavy team. It's actually like, this is like one of the dungeons I really do want to eventually optimize in. I do want to do videos in regards to this about like, you know, basically like, you know, characters that basically block revives. This would probably be amazing for Ice Golem in this case, but I don't have any characters currently that are 6-star that are on that. I definitely do want to do eventually a guide on someone that has that capability just for like future reference, but I just want to show like how cool it is that basically PvP spec or arena spec, what is it called? Miscreated Monster and Madame Ceres are that we're still good. Now, my Scartorsis unfortunately is not arena spec because there is a bug, and I put a video up on it, guys. If you haven't seen it, there's a current bug with Bulwark that if you try to have a character absorb damage with Bulwark, when Miscreated Monster puts the you know, the ally protect, the spooky groan procs, but then your teammate gets feared that's doing Bulwark and absorbing damage. It's a really funny bug, and I had to take Scartorsis out of Bulwark because before he used to absorb damage from my teammates, and now I actually have him in like a clan boss spec to do more damage because he's still in my clan boss spec, which clan boss team, and I do want to replace him. I definitely do. We have like a lot of other characters that will probably benefit, but right now like the attack up 50% and the rebirth really do help. But there's like, we need to get someone better that can actually get, you know, just pump more damage output. Because we're at that point where I think we need to 6-star someone that can help us in that realm. I haven't really invested too much time just yet on Clan Boss because I've been focused on doing Spider 20, which we got down, Dragon 20, which we got down, Ice Golem 20, which we got down, and now we have to do Fire Knight 20, which I think we're at 19. And once we get that, I think we're going to be starting to focus on Clan Boss heavily. But you see, like, this is kind of a longer grind than usual, unfortunately, just because, like, this team is really about, like, slowly draining. And it's like I said, like, if we had, like, a team, like, and I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure it would work on this boss. If we had someone that did block revives and they don't come back up, this would have been much faster. I think I also had another run where I had my Bellinor. I'm not sure why I don't have him. I'll have to, because I definitely have done much faster runs for sure. I definitely have. I think that this might just be more of a safer run. That's probably why I went this route, if I'm to take a guess. I'm surprised we didn't get frozen yet, though. Yeah, nobody got frozen. Very interesting. But it's like, at least you get to kind of see, you basically get to see Miscreated Monster in action for the most part. It just sucks that the boss actually is immune to fear, but... Wow. Oh, no, okay, so he got feared. All right, I was like, wait, what's up with the minions? The minions, the ads should be getting the fear, and I saw it on the right one, so he definitely did get the fear buff. Good stuff. And this will be the last wave at this point. Oh, we're getting frozen. Well, like a Disney movie. No, that's not a Disney movie. I don't know. But I'm thinking about Frozen at this point. All right, I'm gonna probably just let it attack the main character at this point. Let's just whap it. Let's whap it up. Let's whap it up, folks. What do we get here? Flat defense. Selling. But yeah, best time was 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Yeah, there's definitely another composition that I ran. But that's Miscreated Monster. I just didn't want to do Spider again. I didn't want to do Spider again. I feel like it's just, it's too much. Doing like 50 Spider runs. I could do it. Should I do a Spider run? All right, we're gonna do a Spider run. Putting our boy Bellinor as lead, putting that. Let's get it started. So as you see, we have the initial shield guys because that's what we spec'd into him for. Sylar doing the turn meter down. We applied that weaken. Awesome stuff. Now we have 2 shields. You see the 2 shield buffs, guys? That's because that shiz stacks. I'm trying to keep it PG-13 here. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. Oof. Gotta love the damage by Cold Heart, guys. Gotta love the damage. All right. Not bad so far. Okay. We got, man, that shield. That shield is so good in Spider. I just love it. So we were expecting that. We were expecting a heal to happen, and it's cool. I do like that Sylar also puts that decrease accuracy. Ah. That good old Veil. The Veil doesn't benefit us in this case. All right, good stuff. Not bad. Good damage so far. I want to see if we could get a Heartseeker in time. Okay, we'll probably get a Heartseeker on the next one. Good damage. Yeah, I do like where this is going. Nice. Good counterattack. Haven't done Heartseeker. Oh no. We're gonna get another heal. Oof. There's gonna be a lot of damage. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, this is gonna be a little intense. Nice light. Oh, we're coming down to the wire. This is where Miscreated Monster actually really does help. Good stuff. Good counterattack. I really can't wait till we get Baroness's accuracy up to help with the attack down. Yeah, she'll die in the process, which is fine. But we're gonna get a kill on this one. Good lightning. End it, baby. So that, we got an ancient shard. When was the last time that this happened to us? Yo, I haven't seen this in like half a year. This is amazing. But I do love the shield that basically Miscreated Monster plants. It's a really amazing thing. So let's go. Now that we saw what Miscreated Monster can do, guys, I just wanted to do a quick spider run with him to show how impressive that shield is. That shield's absolutely amazing. Let's do some arena, guys, because that's really what this is about. I want us to do the arena. All right, guys, so let's do a quick thing on arena here. I just kind of want to show you some of the things that I really do when it comes to, like, Dracomorph is a perfect example. He's gonna go so fast that he's gonna place the stuff on him. But it's kind of like I mentioned, Scartorsus is gonna be the fastest character on our team. Why? Because there's these debuffs. I could literally cleanse the palette right now. Gotta cleanse the palette. But then what do? Because we made Madame Ceres, Miscreated Monster, and Tormund fast, but not fast enough, very slow, we can now actually turn the tide of battle. So here's a perfect example. We now just set them in the scenario where basically Miscreated monster can just shit on their parade. And that defense down with the massive 70k HP he has is incredible. And then that alone kind of like puts it in a good position. We're going to go here. We're going to see if we could steal. You see, now, the thing is, the reason why I like Scartorsus is like, in worst case scenario, if he goes first, we'll buff. If he goes after and they put a debuff on us, we cleanse. And then that's basically the meta of what you do in this case. In this case, I could try to go for a steal on unkillable and try to end it, because we don't really have much to worry about. And we stole it and killed them. So then, you know, now you just decide what to do. You can use the A1 because Madame Ceres's thing can potentially apply a fear, but even then, does so much damage. And that's kind of the idea of what you would do in Arena. Oh snap, we just got another person joining the family. Shout out to Peter Goodwin. He probably doesn't know it, but he's gonna be on this video right now because of it. Let's try something else. We could try this really quick just to see what's going on. So same idea. They're going to be doing some stuff. Obviously, they didn't have to do anything, and Scartorsus is going really early compared to them. So we're going to just buff. So with that being said, unfortunately, the attack kind of reduced Madame Ceres's speed a little bit, which is weird, but Miscreated monster is going. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to try to go for a stun on Madame Ceres because we don't want her to debuff us. We got a stun off. So that's actually awesome. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to do the position of debuffing them. So with that, we're going to put Tormund's AoE attack. Then we're just going to AoE just cuz. And then last but not least, we're going to just do some other things here. And then if he could go again, we would have done that. But that's an example of what we would have done in this case where we didn't need to debuff, but we buffed instead. Let's look at another one. What's another reasonable? Here's a counterattack composition. Let's take a look at this. Also with a defense down. If they built it the way we assume... Uh-oh, it's freezing, guys. It's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. That's the reason why. All right. So this is interesting. They're going really, really sluggish. So we're going to buff. We have no choice. I don't want to do a defense down. I don't want to do the defense down and debuff removal because Valkyrie has not put her counterattack up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do A2 in this case in hopes that we get true fears on them. We actually got a true fear on Tyrell. We could potentially try to get, you know, we could try to just kill Kale just to be safe. We got a stun off. I could do a provoke, and if I do a provoke and it works out, then yeah. We could just start nuking at this point. It doesn't even matter the order of it. I don't even care about the counterattack. I really don't. Yeah, the damage output is just way too much for them to deal with. But I would have waited for Valkyrie's counterattack if the debuffs didn't work in our favor. So let's try something else. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get these free points, guys. I'm gonna get these free points. Yo, free points is free points, baby. There we go. I don't want to deal with a Tormund versus Tormund. That's going to take 2 hours. Here's a Skull Crusher. We could try a counterattack Skull Crusher. And they also have... Oh, God, her name escapes me. Well, she's going to cloak them. But yeah. So here's the cool thing, guys. Here's the cool thing. We're going to buff. So counterattack was placed. Counterattack was placed. I'm gonna just do a simple AoE this time around. Not a simple A1. I am not gonna AoE because I want to wait for Madame Ceres's thing. I could actually go so far as to do the ally protect if I want, but it's a 4 turn. So I'm just gonna go for a stun here. Nope, didn't happen. Okay. We're still fine. We're still fine. I don't actually mind on going for a provoke to kind of cause some disarray. Okay, so we didn't get anything there. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna cleanse this when we get the chance. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're getting hairy. They're getting hairy. So we're gonna cleanse the palette, baby. We're gonna get the heals. We're gonna kind of go for a reset here. There we go. So now I'm actually gonna screw them over. That's fine. There we go. Let's remove the counterattack from her. Because the thing is, we want to kill Duchess first. We want to kill Duchess first. But if we, I mean, because the thing is, she's going to revive them. We don't want the revival to happen. We're going to try to AoE. We got to fear out. I want to close that. Good stuff. Let's do, I mean, I prefer buffing. I prefer buffing. And I do want him to take her out. Take me out. There we go. And at that point, now we just AoE things down. Good fear. All right, so that was another example of a scenario where we were doing with counterattack, but we had Duchess as well we had to deal with, but we had to kill Duchess first. But the damage output alone, if you look at Miscreated Monster compared to the rest of the team, is pretty good, guys. He's at 61k, really nice. And also the shield he's providing is really massive. I really do like Skartor's cleansing. Like, that really reset the match for us. I'm trying to see if we could find something else. Do we want to do this type of... We would have to refill the tokens. Let me see. What's the timer? 48 minutes. Yeah, we're refilling the tokens. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this with a quick unkillable. Can't do anything there. Skartor's. We're going to heal. I want to wait for the unkillable to use that A3. We do have a fear. Let's just hit them hard. Let's just hit them hard again. Yeah, at this point, we don't even need the debuff. Done. Let's see if we could just wrap this match up. I want to see some other things on what we can do here. Wow, Skartor's is coming in with the 21k. 21k salute. What about this? All right, so we have a rain beast here. We have a counterattack. And then we have another person here giving them HP, but we obviously have more by 3%. Not bad. Let's see what we can do here. And I think this will probably be the last match we'll probably tie with. Our Skartor's went first. We're going to buff. There goes the counterattack, guys. We were hoping for Madame Ceres to go last. It actually works out. So what are we going to do? We're going to debuff them heavily. Now we have our Miscreated monster about to hit them really hard. Brain Beast gave the shield, which is awesome, but he can only protect so many. There's the provoke. Now we basically just continue dealing with our stuff. We're going to eventually deal with counterattack boy over here. He's going to get, Skullcrusher's going to get murked. There we go. Now we're going to deal with Rain Beast. We're going to use the A2 because it just does significantly more damage. Yeah, let's just auto it at this point, but that basically is a good example of like what you can do where people essentially, like I said, I gave a first, like I think it was the first match, basically Scartorsus goes fast enough that just in case they debuff us, we either buff if we go first or we cleanse to clear the plate if they put defense down on us, because the biggest fear for our team is defense down, but if we get that handled, there's no problem. So that's the idea. So you kind of build the sense where you build them heavy to be tanky, but then you have like one person that removes debuffs. So they like Spirit Host is a good example. Like you could use Spirit Host, and if Spirit Host can basically cleanse, like then everyone else is legit. It's good to go, whatever. But you have to make also Spirit Host really tanky in that case with this composition and not care about. Like you're gonna want to care about speed, but like that's the only person you're gonna care about speed to a point. But you're gonna want her to be tanky. Scartorsus is tanky in our case, so it really works in our favor. So that's it for Arena, guys. The last thing I really want to mention and I want to show really quick is the Nightmare campaign. So like if you go to Nightmare campaign, I'm gonna pick like some random level. I don't want to do one that took a while. I think this one. What I want to do here, or is like, let's do another one. Let me see. Did I do it? Did I use Rain Beast in? No, I didn't. No, I didn't use Rain Beast. Not Rain Beast. I didn't use Bellower in that. I think I did, if I was correct. I think the combination I did was like Madame Ceres. I didn't have a lead for this. It was just kind of like whatever, but let's see how this works out. But this is like I said, I used Miscreated Monster in like 90% of the Nightmare campaign and he got the job done. So guys, if you got Miscreated Monster, definitely be sure to use him in the Nightmare campaign. He will help you get through everything. He's just such an overall really good character. And just us having that early shield, even when we don't have, not only for Arena, but also in this case, it really helps like kind of set the tone or whatever on having things. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if this is your first time here and you're watching from YouTube, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you ever come to Twitch, definitely be sure to hit that follow button. Come join us on Discord. The link is below in the YouTube description. Also, last but not least, I want to say major shout outs to the sponsors. If you guys also wanted to financially support the stream, definitely be sure to check out that YouTube description below. There is a Patreon link. And if you can't support financially, don't worry guys, there's other ways you can actually show support. That's getting the word out, sharing the content, letting friends and loved ones know about this this channel. Tell them to come and hang out. Come join us on Discord. You will not regret it. It's the best community / family ever. It says it right there on the freaking board. Yo, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next time. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next, what you think about the video, and so on. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.